Hey, I'm going to be doing another reaction to a Reactor reacting to Angelina Jordan's new release, Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. Hey, it's Matt Criscuolo coming to you up close and personal. So, I'm going to be reacting to this guy named Adam Strahan. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. He did a reaction to Billie Jean, and so let's get right to it. I know nothing of the guy. I don't know if he's a musician, a singer, or just a regular Joe or a regular Adam. But we're going to get right to this to see what he's got to say.
Hey everyone, Adam here, and I am back with another reaction to the always wonderful Angelina Jordan, and this time I'm reacting to the brand new cover that she's just dropped. So this is her jazzy version of Michael Jackson's classic, Billie Jean. I am really psyched for this. No idea what to expect, but I know that Angelina, when she brings that jazziness to well-known songs, it's usually incredible. So I am really excited to hear this. This still straight away, this Angelina just sitting back, relaxed, chilled on this really yellow background is just awesome. So I am ready for this. And also she's using that microphone that I really like with her voice. So here we go. This is the Angelina Jordan cover of Michael Jackson's classic Billie Jean, but in a jazzy style. Super pumped for this. Attitude.
She was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. I said, don't mind, what do you mean? I am the one.
Let's go.
Who will dance on the floor in a round. She said, I am the one who will dance on the floor in the round.
This is smooth. I love it.
She told me her name was Billie Jean as she caused a scene, and every head turned with her eyes that dreamed of being the one who will dance on the floor in a round. People always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. And my mother always told me, be careful what you love. Be careful what you do, 'cause a lie becomes the truth. Yeah. Billie Jean is not my lover.
Yeah.
She's just a girl who claims that I am the one, but the kid is not my son. Yeah. She said I am the one, but the kid is not my son. Yeah. For 40 days and for 40 nights, the law was on her side.
This video.
But who can stand when she's in the main? Her schemes and her plans. 'Cause we danced on the floor in the round. So take my strong advice. Just remember to always think twice. Don't think twice, don't think twice. She told my baby we danced to.
So Adam is feeling it. He's digging it. It certainly looks that way. But I'm curious to know a little bit about some of the stuff he's got going on in his background. Are those action figures, or are they are glass, or what are they? What's going on back there? It looks interesting. My brother. It looks like my brother would have stuff like that in his office or home, because that shows some. He could be like my brother, a very creative type of person. Like to know a little bit more about this guy, Adam. What do you guys know about him? As far as Angelina and her interpretation of Billie Jean. Hey, look, it's not easy to do a song that's already stuck and embedded in everybody's head, because somebody like Michael Jackson basically owns that song, and then to take it and be a custodian of it, and in some way take ownership of it of your own, so that people actually forget for a moment about the Michael Jackson version and are so engaged by what you're doing. I think she's doing a nice job at it. I will say one thing about I did a reaction to this song yesterday. It's on my channel. And I hear him actually alluding to the jazzy. I want to refine that a little bit. And I'm going to refine it out of respect for jazz musicians and for jazz singers. I'm going to refine this a little bit. And I'm going to try to do it without insulting anybody who is really into Angelina Jordan and thinks that Angelina Jordan is like the epitome of jazz. Okay, I think that she's been influenced by jazz, and she very well could be quite the jazz singer. But the music that I hear her covering has jazz elements to it. It's got some jazz hints. It nods to jazz. But if you are like me, and you've heard Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan, Billie Holiday, Nina Simone, Dinah Washington, Carmen McRae, Betty Carter, Diane Reeves, Cassandra Wilson, Shirley Horn, Etta Jones, Nancy Wilson, if you've heard any of these kinds of singers, there's a distinct difference between the kind of music that they do and what she's doing. Now, they did cross over and they did some commercial stuff here and there, don't get me wrong, but those singers played all the time, if most of the time, with jazz musicians. What happens when you play with jazz musicians all the time is that you start to get affected by the musicians that are playing that music, all the elements that come with jazz. Playing jazz is and being a jazz musician is not like a pop thing or a rhythm and blues thing. You could incorporate some elements into it, but it's not quite the same thing. And out of respect to all the jazz musicians and singers, I have to say that, Angelina Jordan is doing more of a poppy rhythm and blues thing. Yes, she's got some jazz background to her, and she's got a huge respect, I'm sure, for the jazz greats. But, she also wants to make some money, and she wants to have people listen to her. If she was strictly a jazz singer, we probably would not be watching her right now. It's not easy to get an audience when you're just a straight-ahead jazz singer. So, I just wanted to kind of throw that out there. And by the way, I also wanted to just add one thing real quick. When a jazz singer plays with jazz musicians, for example, when Carmen McRae would, or Billie Holiday, let's take Billie Holiday, when she would play with Lester Young, the saxophonist, okay? Lester Young was an amazing saxophonist, very lyrical and incredible melodicist. A singer gets affected and influenced and educated by the musicians they play with too, and it affects the way they sing, the way they phrase, the way they express themselves. If you go back and listen to some of my reactions that I did of Carmen McRae, you're going to hear a singer that uses her voice like a musical instrument, and how affected she is, how much she uses the elements of music in the way she expresses herself. She's not just a singer. There's a lot of singers out there, but there are singer musicians out there too. And they sing differently. They sound almost like a musical instrument themselves, like a trumpet or a saxophone. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
3, and she looked at me and showed a photo of a baby crying. His eyes were like mine, 'cause we danced on the floor in a round, baby.
Get it, Angelina.
Hey, people always told me, be careful what you do, and don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. But she came and stood right by me, just to smell her sweet perfume. This happened much too soon. She called me to her room. Hey, oh, Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl who claims that I am the one. But the kid is not my son. No, 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 no.
Yes.
Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl who claims that I am the one. But the kid is not my son. Yeah, but the kid is not my son. She says I am the one, but the kid is not my son. Not my son. No, 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 no. No, no, yeah, yeah, yeah.
What do you
Yes.
got to say, Adam?
What a cover. This, for me, is what I'm talking about when I say I love Angelina Jordan covers when she brings her own jazzy stamp to it. It's as if she was listening to me. This is exactly what I love what Angelina does with her covers. They're just fantastic.
Yeah.
When she puts her own stamp on it and she like mixes the genre or puts her Angelina Jordan stamp on it without taking too much away from the original. This for me is perfection. This is Angelina Jordan doing the best version of her covers completely. I really, really love this. You know, like sometimes you get covers like when artists basically just kind of mimic the original, and that's fine. You know, if artists have a similar type of voice as the original singer, then that's fine and makes sense to do that. Angelina Jordan has that, I've talked about before, that rich, velvety, jazzy type smoky vocal, which I absolutely adore. And it makes complete sense for her to do this type of cover for this song, you know, to really make it her own. What she did here was, and I really love this, you know, is that when you go to see jazz live in like a jazz like bar or wherever it may be, it feels sometimes like it's storytelling, like it's conversational in parts. You know, this performance here feels really intimate to Angelina Jordan, where she's sitting back, she's relaxed, she's chilled. I love that we get like this yellow room, red room, purple room. But if you look at if we look at the items that are in each room as well, you know, she's kind of got her hand in this picture here. She's got it on like a vinyl player. You know, it's got that kind of, and vinyl player, like vinyl music's got that crispiness and crackle to it, which I absolutely love as well, which lends itself perfectly to the type of genre of what we've got with Angelina Jordan's music as well. And then there's another shot as well when she's in front of a typewriter. You know, it's like, it's visual kind of telling us that, you know, this is like a storytelling version of the Michael Jackson classic, where Billie Jean, you know, it's very much a pop anthem when we listen to the original. Whereas this one, what I love is that, you know, she is relaxed, she's chilled, she's just got a microphone to her mouth. She kind of just looks like, look guys, she's cool as hell. Let me just tell you a story. This is the situation. Let me lay it down. And again, it just allows that other dynamic of that Angelina Jordan vocal to come out, where she is just telling the story, dead chilled, dead relaxed, but still giving this beautiful performance with her voice, where she's showing richness and dynamic. She's showing those different velvets in her voice. It's just beautiful. You know, and we still get a lovely bit of head voice in place. We still get that.
I like what he said there. I like what Adam said there, and to kind of elaborate a little bit more on what he said. If you guys know Chet Baker, especially on the second half of his life, Chet Baker, the great trumpet player. He passed away, but he was a great trumpet player. He would often be playing, just sitting down on a stool. You know, when he would be on stage, he would be sitting down in a chair or in a stool, and crossed his legs as if he was sitting in an easy chair, just chilling out. And you felt like you were, you know, in the living room, just hanging out, having a conversation. He talks about a musical conversation with jazz. That's because good jazz musicians are having a dialogue and a conversation with each other. And it's a very buoyant, alive, organic, organism. The music it's alive. There's so much happening there between the musicians. So I think that's what he's also kind of hinting at. But I like that. Very introspective comments from this guy, Adam. Yeah.
That beautiful, rich lower tone that, you know, Angelina Jordan can really bring to some songs. We're not all about belting here. We're not all about powerhouse vocals, because this is not the type of performance for that. This is that cool, smoky jazz vibe, which is my favorite from Angelina. I've said this in many of her videos, where I'd love to see her in, like, you know, just a jazz club or like a disused coffee shop, something like that, where there's only about 50 people in there, just Angelina Jordan with like someone on piano or someone on guitar, and with her, you know, singing into this microphone like this. For me, that would be perfect acoustics as well. And this feels like the video version of that, where, you know, it just feels like this really intimate performance where, you know, it just feels like it's you and Angelina, you know, and she's just singing directly to you, and she's just chilled in a bedroom, chilled in a red room and a purple room, and she's singing just straight at you. It's awesome. I love the kind of color vibe that they've gone for this.
And actually, yeah, I agree with him about that completely. The sound and the way it was recorded, it sounds very up close and personal because of the way they recorded it. You could hear the piano in the background. It was an electric piano. I kind of wish it was more of a real piano, but, you know, you do what you got to do with what you have. you hear the mix of the piano very clearly, but you hear her voice foiled against it so super clearly that you could hear her, the nuance in the voice. And sometimes when people mix their voice into or their sound into the band, they put a little too much reverb on it. And when you do that, you push that soloist, you push them back into the mix. I don't know why or how it does that, but it pushes them back into the mix, and I find myself having to strain to hear them. But that could be, accidental or intentional, depending on what's going on. But in her case, it's got that intimate kind of quality that he's hinting at. So he picked up on that, and I agree with him.
It's very honoring of like the 80s as well, I guess, with like, what she's wearing and those like really poppy type colors again, which is the era that the original came from. But I just love this. I love how cool it is. I love how relaxed it is. I've spoken before about Angelina Jordan's confidence as a performer. It's not arrogance, but it's just knowledge of her capabilities, of that performance, that cool edge that she really does have, that she's had since being a really small girl. That confidence that she's got to come out on stage and just perform. And we get that here as well, where she's just sitting down, relaxed, just singing a song, but doing it in such a cool vibe. And again, just bringing that Angelina Jordan classic jazzy type rich tone to a song that only she can do as a contemporary artist. I don't know anyone else, contemporary artists out there, that are doing this in the way that Angelina Jordan does it, and that is what makes her truly special. But what did you guys think of Angelina Jordan's cover of the Michael Jackson classic Billie Jean? You know what to do by now. Please leave me comments down below, and any other suggestions for Angelina Jordan that I may not.
Okay, so I think I'll pause it there, because I think many of you know where this is going, and he's doing what he's got to do. I do it on my videos as well. If you get a chance, leave him a comment, leave me a comment. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'm curious to know what you think about this reaction of a reaction. It's a chain reaction, and it's something that I started doing, and as far as I'm aware, I'm the first one to do it. So I've created a new format. I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, Angelina Jordan, a nice, very, very, very nice singer, and she's young, so we have many years to hear where she's going to evolve and grow and as an artist. And don't forget, if you guys like jazz singers, check out my channel. There's a lady that I love. Her name is Carmen McRae. And I've done a bunch of reactions to her, well, maybe 4 or 5 of them, I think. But if you want to hear somebody that, go to the source and hear somebody that probably even Angelina Jordan listens to for her inspiration and influence, go there. Go check out, dig a little deeper, go dig a little deeper and find the roots of where this music is coming from, because I think you're going to very much enjoy it. Okay, hey, look, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice, and you take it easy, and if it's real easy, take it twice.